We will now light our chalice. The chalice lighting is The Infinite Divinity by Jamie Yandel. The chalice is lit, and in the flames, the memory of our trans and non-binary ancestors do a dance of freedom and liberation, reminding us that we are whole and holy. We are loved beyond all measure, and in our refusal to accept anything less, may we know we are rooted in that infinite divinity, not relegated to the outskirts of the web of all existence, but enshrined at its core, established with stardust and fairy dust, an intentional creation of space where our many gods live.
You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it, and the darkness inside makes you feel so small. But I see your true colors shining through. I'll see your true colors. That's why I love you, so don't be afraid to let it show. I'll see your true colors. True colors, true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me your smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you take in all you can bear, just call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. And I'll see your true colors shining through. Your true colors. That's why I love you, so don't be afraid to let them show. I'll see your true colors. True colors. True, true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Such sad eyes. Take courage now and realize, when this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, just call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. And I'll see your true colors shining through. See your true colors. That's why I love you, so don't be afraid to let it show. I'll see your true colors. True colors, true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Our opening words today are Wholeness by Sharon Wiley. We speak so often of brokenness in religious life. Let us speak today of wholeness. You are welcome here, all of you. Every part of you beautiful just the way you are. Here you do not need to be something more or something less. There's no holding back, no hiding, No exerting yourself, nor trying to do more or be more. You are inherent worth and dignity, and you have nothing to prove here. Nothing to prove to me, or the person sitting next to you, or to the children, or to anyone. You don't have to try to be witty, or more quiet, or more outgoing. You are beautiful. Every part of you is beautiful just the way you are. You do not need to change anything about yourself to be welcome here. Your skin, your hair, your belly, your limbs, your face, they're all beautiful just the way they are. You are extraordinary. Each and every one of you is different, and each of you is beautiful in your own beautiful way. Breathtaking. So let us worship together. I now bring you to a holy night in 1969. On a holy night in 1969, in an inn also known as a bar, called the Stonewall Inn, a basement which had no running water, no safe fire exits, queer people of many colors and kinds danced together. For it was the only place where they were allowed to dance, at least permitted to, by the mafia who ran the inn. That's true, by the way. In those days, it was common for the people to frequent this inn, not to join in the dance, the underground celebration, but to send the dancers home and make arrests. When they would arrive, the lights would go on, the people would be lined up, and then all those in drag, all those who were trans, all those without proper identification, they were arrested and taken into custody. But on this holy night, that early morning of June 28th, the people said, "Not tonight." As they called them to line up, the trans women refused to go, and as the police began to beat and arrest them, and as the people spilled out from the bar onto the street, Christopher Street, a crowd grew to watch. And then, as trans women, lesbians, and gay men were getting arrested, a yell came from the crowd, "Gay power!" And as a woman was shoved, she shoved back, and the crowd began throwing bottles at the wagon, and suddenly it erupted. For once the people didn't line up. For once the people said, "No more! We've had enough!" It was almost as if that night, being pulled out of the darkness of the underground at the Stonewall Inn, one too many times, they said, "I am ready to be seen." On this holy night, when the power of the oppressed rippled through the streets of New York, when queer people said, "No more," our world has never been the same. 50 years ago, it was illegal to be gay, to be trans, to dance and to love and to celebrate. And now, only 50 years later, here we are celebrating at a church, gay and straight together, queer and straight together, trans and cis together, all of us in this together. And so we hear these stories of life and love and defiance and celebration. Let us all remember and pay tribute to our movement's ancestors, many of them trans women of color who led the first rebellion that night. You see, Pride is a celebration of that anniversary, the anniversary of that riot at the Stonewall Inn in New York City, a holy night. So happy Pride. Welcome to this joyful celebration, and bring your whole selves, your gay, your lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and queer selves, your drag queen, your butch, your feminine, cross-dressing, nail painting, tutu-wearing selves, your genderqueer, gender fluid, agender, pansexual, QUILTBAG selves, and all the other identities that are and will be. And let's have a celebration, because joy is a rebellion too, and this church is queer and fabulous. Amen? Amen. Let us begin. And I wanted to bring this part because the struggle continues. I don't know if you heard recently, but every year there's been a grant from Brevard County for Pride, for Space Coast Pride, to put on this festival. This year, they denied that request because they consider it a political event and not a cultural event. But we know it is a cultural event. It is our culture. It is everybody's culture. It is for the allies and the LGBT community to celebrate. So let's put pride in action. Let's put love in action. I have this QR code at the back. I will have it in our newsletter all this week. If you want to support Pride, we have been a longtime supporter of Space Coast Pride in this community. If you want to support them to continue, they're funding Pride themselves this year, and they could use your help. So put love in action if you can. They do appreciate it.
stirrings of compassion blow in the winds, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
And now I'm going to go put on my other hat and tell you a little bit about our Stories of Pride, which I hope will be an annual service we do to celebrate all the wonderful stories of pride in our community. So, welcome to our inaugural Stories of Pride service. Happy Pride, everyone. Today we're going to talk about something you may know about, something you may know a little bit about. It's the orange juice boycott of 1977. So we're going back in LGBTQ history a little bit here. Now, like our Florida sunshine, sometimes it's the stormy days that bring us the rainbows. And in our inaugural Story of Pride, we're going to share a tale of sunshine, orange juice, milk, and rainbows. We are, of course, talking about the orange juice boycott of 1977 and how the LGBTQ movement found their political power over oppression. Now, as fabulous as it would be, we cannot cover every aspect of the LGBTQ movement in the 60s and 70s here. We have all heard the story of the Stonewall Inn, which is widely seen as the birth of the modern gay liberation movement. Now notice we said modern, because gay, transgender, non-binary, and the larger spectrum of self-expressions of love and identity, they have always been here, and they have always been fighting for their rightful and equal place in society. But Stonewall was special. It was a catalyst for a modern movement of resistance. June 28, 1969, at the Stonewall Inn, it was not the first time or place there was resistance. And it was not the first time the bar was raided. Those who did not conform to the gender or sexual stereotypes of the time were regularly arrested. And the establishment that night, some of the young and marginalized people in particular, had had enough. Riots started that night, and they lasted for 6 days and caught the attention of the nation. And the LGBTQ community, in an era of pro-civil rights movements and anti-war demonstrations, tapped into that unrest of the 1960s and inspired the creation of organizations like GLAAD, PFLAG, and the Human Rights Campaign. And 1 year later, June 28, 1970, thousands of people marched in the streets of Manhattan from Stonewall Inn to Central Park in what was then called the Christopher Street Liberation Day, and today we know it as the first Pride Parade. Now let's fast forward to 1977 and how Christian crusader Anita Bryant helped spawn Florida's LGBTQ culture war. Bryant was a former Miss Oklahoma beauty queen and a pop singer. She found fame in music and television, and at an early age traveled with the USO and Bob Hope's holiday tours. But it wasn't until she moved to South Florida that the trouble really began. In 1969, Bryant became a spokeswoman for the Florida Citrus Commission. A nationally televised commercial features her singing "Come to the Florida Sunshine Tree," and started the commercial's tagline, "Breakfast without orange juice is like a day without sunshine." She was a household name at this point. She was voted most admired woman in America 3 years in a row by Good Housekeeping magazine. It was named one of the most influential women in America. But in the wake of the Stonewall riots, several states started enacting legislation protecting the rights of LGBTQ people. And in 1977, in Dade County, Florida, they followed suit and passed an ordinance prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. Now, Bryant led a movement to repeal this ordinance, forming the first national anti-gay group called Save Our Children, which was later named Protect America's Children. She claimed that allowing gay people to be around children would lead to recruitment and child abuse. Sound familiar? She was joined by megachurch pastor Jerry Falwell and others in spreading this hateful rhetoric, amplifying a moral majority movement that was forming in the South at that time. She expanded her crusade beyond Florida and tried to repeal ordinances all over the country with her celebrity. And this, of course, is the birth of the modern moral majority movement that we see forming in the South at this time. But the LGBTQ community answered back. They formed the Coalition for Human Rights and the Miami Victory Campaign, who organized a boycott of orange juice, hitting Anita Bryant in her corporate livelihood. Now, apple juice at many bars was substituted for orange juice. Merchandise like buttons, stickers, t-shirts were made to support the campaign with slogans like, "A day without human rights is a day without sunshine." Sales and proceeds went to the gay rights activists to help fund their fight against Bryant and her campaign. In October of 1977, Anita Bryant famously was one of the first celebrities to get pied by one of the LGBTQ activists on TV. She joked, "At least it's a fruit pie." That movement helped to gain national attention for the orange juice boycott, and several celebrities started to pay attention, like Vincent Price, Jane Fonda, and Johnny Carson. And she became a national celebrity, but for all the wrong reasons. Gay bars across the country were boycotting orange juice from the Sunshine State. Now, this was not the first time this tactic was used. In the 1966 labor organizations, they boycotted California grapes and Coors beer, and in 1977 to protest unfair labor practices. But this was the first boycott, or as they called it, a gaycott, spearheaded by gay and lesbian activists. And gaycott they did. Bars put out signs saying, "To promote human rights, this establishment does not serve Florida orange juice." And if you brought your own, they were known to pour it down the drain. In the April 14th column for the Bay Area Reporter, a weekly gay newspaper, Harvey Milk urged readers to switch to pineapple juice for breakfast. Some say that one can of OJ won't make any difference, he wrote. Before Bryant becomes more powerful, remember that your one can adds up to millions of one cans throughout the nation. The only way to stop this bigot is to have a fully effective economic boycott. The movement faced a strong smear campaign that produced a devastating ad, contrasting the wholesomeness of the Miami annual Orange Bowl parade with the San Francisco Pride March and some of the debauchery that happened. And with that smear campaign, the ordinance for the LGBTQ rights was repealed later that year. This was a setback that was not corrected until decades later. But this is not a story about a single battle. It is a story about a movement. This was one of the first cases of LGBTQ organizations using their political power collectively towards a cause. And they inspired others, including Harvey Milk, who after the boycott ran for office and defiantly introduced San Francisco's first gay rights ordinance in 1978, a year later, as a member of the San Francisco's Board of Supervisors. He successfully defended against the Briggs Initiative and against Anita Bryant, protecting the rights of gay teachers and opposing the movement that Anita Bryant spearheaded. The LGBTQ movement was learning their collective power, and Anita Bryant was learning it too. Bob Kunst, Bryant's opponent on the grounds in Miami, said the ordinance fight had galvanized world opinion. She gave us access to world media, every access to world media. Now, Bryant faced protests at this point at every public appearance she had. At the end of 1978, 1 year later again, in the same month Milk was assassinated, Bryant was fired as the Florida Sisters spokesperson. Yes. After that, she experienced bankruptcy and divorce, but she never regretted her actions. Anita Bryant may be gone, but the fight continues. Much of the rhetoric used by Save Our Children's campaign has been reused and repackaged in the years since. Here in Florida specifically, we see it in our state's parental rights in education, which is better known as the Don't Say Gay bill. It prohibits teaching about sexual orientation or gender identity, and this is just one example of many throughout the country. Whether they are like Anita Bryant, removing LGBTQ teachers from classrooms, or now removing the conversation about LGBTQ people, the tactic is the same. And with these hateful lies about the community harming children, the fight continues. We affirm as Unitarian Universalists that LGBTQ people are sacred and they are beloved. In the words of our president, Reverend Sophia Bettencourt, for LGBTQ people, transgender and non-binary beloveds, my family and yours, are not only real, but sacred. Each and all of us is in fact a vital part of the fabric of this nation, deeply beloved and deserving of protection, safety, and belonging. May we always remember that in our Florida sunshine, that on those rainy days of hate, it is up to us, the allies and the members of the LGBTQ community, to bring the rainbows, to speak out and to use our collective power against the powerful, because a day without human rights is like a day without sunshine. That's right. Thank you all. Thank you very much. 170, we are a gentle, angry people. Look in the hymnal on page 170. You'll see a couple extra verses that aren't on here.
We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a
What are we on?
together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. Justice seeking.
We
are a justice seeking people,
Thank you.
and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors.
Thank you.
We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together.
There
We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives.
Our closing words are Rainbow Blessing by Cricket Hall. May the drag stage rise to meet you. May the world rise to accept and embrace you. May the rainbow of love enfold you. May your fluidity never be hindered. May your pronouns always be supported and your dead name forgotten. May those you invite into your life remain loyal. May your chosen family lift you up and catch you when you need it. May you be able to catch others when they need it. May you remember sensitivity is not weakness, but instead a great strength welling up inside you. And until we meet again, may you remember that you are loved and you are divine. We keep its light in our hearts by Maddie Stefantis. We extinguish its flame, but we keep its light in our hearts with its message of love and justice, taking us outside these walls to the world we live in until we are together again. We're getting churchy, y'all.
Churchy, y'all.
Rhythm. All right.
This joy that I have, world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, world didn't give it to me. World didn't give it, world can't take it away. Yeah. Strength, the strength that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, this strength that I have, world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, world didn't give it, world can't take it away. This love that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, this love that I have, world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, world didn't give it, world can't take it away. This pride that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, this pride that I have, world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, world didn't give it, world can't take it away. Peace, this peace that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, this peace that I have, world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, world didn't give it to me. No, world didn't give it, world can't take it away. And joy, this joy that I have.